Channel update! Fuck yeah! We're here to tell you about the channel, yeah! Channel update time! We're right about at 40,000 subscribers now. Want to thank everybody, both old and new subscribers, old watchers, new watchers, all you watchers out there. Just want to give you thanks for tuning in and having some fun with me. Like I've said before, this channel definitely goes in the hole to produce, but as we get bigger, I think it's actually getting closer and closer to supporting itself. We have considered doing things like Patreon and YouTube memberships. If you're into any of that, let me know. I would be interested in supporting the channel more and being able to film more, mostly paying the film and editing. That would actually help. So let me know if you would be into that. Also, we're definitely gonna do a second channel. I will put the link down below. It's my old personal channel and I'm gonna turn it into another one that is definitely not a professional channel. The link will be down below, and if you just wanna go there, my username is John Rob Holmes. So youtube.com/JohnRobHolmes. It'll get you to my channel. There's a bunch of old random stuff on there. The first e-bike that I built, I don't know, 13 years ago. And just some random stuff with a lathe and testing of equipment back in the day before I started the Holmes Hobbies channel. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start putting a lot of side content on there. So basically stuff that we would not want to watch at work. Stuff that I'm not going to put on my Holmes Hobby channel, extra things, you know, more of my other hobbies, other interests, and then also less professional looks at things. Like, let's say I have an item and I give it a review and I really want to tear it apart. Well, I'm probably not going to put that onto the Holmes Hobbies channel if it's not directly RC related at this point, and I would love to put that on the other channel. But what we need to do to actually have the channel hopefully pay for itself in due time, because this one's going to be the professional YouTube channel, the non-professional, professional YouTube channel, is we're going to have to do the Patreon. We're going to have to do partnering or whatever with YouTube, and that means one of two things. One, we need to get to 1,000 subscribers, so you're gonna have to help me with that and migrate over to that channel and help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Because right now I have 164. They wiped my channel clean at some point in time. It used to have a lot of subscribers, enough to get my own channel name, but now it's at 164. So we're gonna need some help there. And number two, watch time. So we're gonna have to upload some videos, and we will be doing that. By the time this comes out, we're gonna have some videos on that other channel. It'll probably just be me with a vlog camera or whatever, shouting at the camera and getting into a little bit of mayhem, some behind the scenes type stuff. So let me know if you're interested in that. Give my other channel a sub if you can, and we will get that one rolling and have some good fun with it. I'm kind of excited for that, because the Holmes Hobbies channel, I do realize now, it should probably be more professional. We should probably more or less stick to RC. I know sometimes I'm going to sprinkle in some other stuff, and that's okay, but as long as I don't depart too much from it, because I do understand this is a Holmes Hobbies channel, this is an RC channel, and for the most part, we should probably keep the content mostly on brand. So we're gonna do that and have the second channel. So excited for that. I'm really excited for that. What else are we gonna talk about? Let's talk about some new products. By the time this video rolls out, more than likely the V3 Revolver is going to be on the shelves. I've actually had these for a little bit, and I just didn't want to drop a new one on top of still having some old stock, so we waited a little bit for that. What these have for changes, I changed the housing design a little bit. We changed the bolt pattern. As you can maybe or maybe not see on there, there are actually 6 bolt holes now instead of the old 4. And what this allows you to do is actually rotate it a little more. So we had some issues with some rigs to where this one would hit down here and then you mount it on this one and it hits on the top. So what did I do? I did one in the middle. And it has actually worked perfectly on all the rigs that I had troubles with. So that is one change on the housing. Another change on the housing is that I increased the back iron so that we would get better drag brake, better torque density, better efficiency under load. And with the new Crawlmaster ESCs, it doesn't change the startup at all. On a Castle ESC, it starts up just a teeny bit faster. If I didn't say anything to you, I don't think anybody would actually notice out there, but I do actually notice just a little bit more sometimes to get it rolling, but that is also why it has an incredible incredible amount of drag brake now. I can just feel it by hand that there was a little bit of difference adding that extra back iron to it. And it's a really sexy shape. You kind of have to get really close to your face to be able to see it, but there's kind of a little shape to that back iron as well. So pretty excited about that. Another product which I should probably not talk to you about yet because it hasn't been released, but maybe by the time this video is out, it will be released, is the Crawlmaster Micro. The ESC that you probably realized was attached to the motor here. Now, I haven't done testing yet, except for on the bench with these 1800 kV revolvers in the 540 size, but the way that we have these tuned, we have hard amp limiting, we have a fairly good ramp on there, and these MOSFETs are pretty good. So we should be able to drive this motor 1800 kV and slower in the revolver. We might be able to do the 2700 kV in the Crawlmaster 10-pole end runner, but this is stuff that I really need to test. These will definitely work in our small outrunners, the 280 and the 380, but I want to test it on the 540. We have enough both hardware and software protection now that we should be able to rock them. And the only thing that I can do really is just to test. These do not have an internal VEC, but as you can tell, super tiny. And I mounted this one where the wires were slightly curled so that when I mounted it into the rig, it would naturally go this way, and then I could just plug it into my battery and it'll have, you know, a nice little whoop whoop around the motor. So yeah, it's super tiny, just a little bitty tiny guy. And maybe for comp rigs or smaller scale rigs, maybe that's what you would need it for. But we've got these, I have been testing them, and now I'm gonna test them on some big stuff and see how it goes. This does have the low speed control of our other Crawlmaster ESC. This is compatible with AM32 on the flash, but I do have a custom firmware. The targets aren't just out there in the AM32 world. You're gonna have to actually get it from us to get our firmware on there. But once it's uploaded on there, of course, when you buy it, it will be. It is compatible with the AM32 open source configurator, and you can change all the settings on there. Now, you really won't need to. I'm gonna have them already tuned out for you, so you really probably don't need to do that. But just so you know, if you wanted to, you could do some modifications on that. Let's see, what else do we have to talk about? Oh, let's see, our Crawlmaster 10-pole end runners, they have been doing really good. I've been just tickled to drive it. This one has an integrated Crawlmaster Mini ESC on the back. This was the Micro. The Mini was our older version, and then we have the Mini V2 that'll probably be coming out in about 2 months. By the time this video drops, maybe about 6 weeks or 4 weeks, hopefully, and we'll see. Part sourcing has still been a trouble. We do actually have all of the MOSFETs. We have all the ICs. We have all of the inductors right now, and we are just waiting on some PCBs for some test fits and a secondary beta run because we had to change a few things on the board. No big deal, but it's always good to go through another beta run. We'll send those out to the team. They'll ring them out. We'll make sure that there's no problems, and then we will be able to go into production. So pretty excited about that. I am also working on some other new products that I definitely won't tell you about this time because they're about a year out, as the big engineering products tend to take. I mean, it was years on the Crawlmaster Mini ESC. That was a full 2 years start to finish for us to get that done. And now, of course, we're moving on to the V2, and it's probably going to be a year in between V1 and V2 as well. So, yep. I guess that's really about it. If you do have any questions, leave them down below. I'll do my best to get to them. And before I sign off, anything else? You know, I would actually like some suggestions for the new channel as well. What kind of content would you like to see? I'm definitely going to be adding in some other of my hobbies. I like to garden, of course, as you know. I also am a glass worker as just a hobby. I'm a terrible glass worker, and I don't make money off of it, but it is kind of fun. Maybe you want to see me melt some glass one day. I like the disc golf. Of course, I like RC crawlers, which I'll probably end up putting those on the channel as well. I like things like snow skating. Snow skating is fun, although not going to be a rock star on that after I broke my knee, and etc., etc., etc. There is a reason why this channel is actually called Holmes Hobbies, and it wasn't because the business was called Holmes Hobbies. It's because I have a whole bunch of hobbies. I've always had a lot of hobbies. So yeah, just let me know. Let me know what you want to see on that channel. And in the meantime, I do thank you for tuning in. A big thanks for us reaching about 40,000. I think we're about 500 people shy as of right now when I'm shooting. However, by the time this rolls out, we'll probably be at 40,000. So I do thank y'all for the support over the years. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good day.